set to go. Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from Kansas City. Takes it at the 7. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard. Line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Man, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
After the turnover, it's Tua. Dumps this one off to Algier. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to pass. Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 6 yards away. And the Falcons are on the board here first in the season opener. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Takes it at the 7. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, in his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Mahomes' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
On side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Here we go on 4th down. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Took a heck of a chance there, didn't he? Result-based business. We know that. That result was positive for him. But, oh, my goodness, how close was that to being negative?
Well, because you're essentially in the shadow of your own end zone there to go for. I get it if it's late 4th quarter. Well, it paid off. I guess the end justifies the means, right?
It certainly does. Had to be more than a gut feeling there. Had to be just total confidence they would pick it up.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play there for KC. 48 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Down inside the 10. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
These two teams all tied after one. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Setting up the screen, here's Algier. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket trying to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And, partners, we know to be successful in this league, number one, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number two, you've got to make smart decisions with the football. And that time, that simply was not a smart decision.
And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. That backs them up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Isaiah Pacheco on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Tua sets up to pass it. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. They go play fake. Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 42 yards out. Butker's kick here is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Tua. Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now on 2nd and 13. Tua finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Tua going to throw. Just get rid of it.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Tua. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Tua on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Mahomes now on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's caught left side by the tight end, Gray. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Push him back. Push him back. Check 31. Check 31. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Keep one.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Here we go. 46.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. He's got a man, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, 73 yards. And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded right around the 8. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 22. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference, see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Escaping the pressure right. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll get this one complete there to Pittman. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. He'll drop to throw. And now here is another interception. And the Chiefs will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Here's a give up the middle. They find some open field here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 131 yards rushing for him now here in week one. A very solid start to this new campaign. On the move to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Steps away to his left. Caught, Kelsey, left side. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. From the 5 now, second and a yard. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Mahomes quickly complete out wide. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
This will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week one, and one of our early window games here in week one on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start